Okay, you guys, so I recorded a video earlier, but for some reason, when I tried to upload it to YouTube, it wouldn't let me. So here in this video, I'm going to explain how to draw a line segment that is exactly the square root of 5 units long, okay? So, if you take a look, they want us to draw a line segment that's the square root of 5. So I'm going to treat that as our hypotenuse. Okay, so I'm going to say that c is equal to the square root of 5, which is what I wrote over here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Pythagorean theorem to help us find the side lengths of the shorter legs. So I wrote a squared plus b squared equals the square root of 5. And I need to square the square root of 5. Remember that the square root sign and squaring a number, they are inverse operations, and they actually just cancel each other out. So whenever you see a number that we're taking the square root of and you square it, it's just the number under the square root sign. So that's why I wrote a squared plus b squared equals 5, which is right here in this line. If you really want to get into the math of it, I wrote this over here. Well, the square root of 5 times the square root of 5, we're just going to multiply those numbers underneath the square root sign. And that's going to give me the square root of 25. And what is the square root of 25? Well, that's just 5. Okay? So back to this line over here. A squared plus b squared equals 5. Now, what I need you guys to think about is I need two perfect squares. I need two perfect squares that I'm going to add together, so a squared plus b squared, and when you add them together, it's going to equal 5. Remember, perfect squares are numbers that you can take the square root of, and you end with a whole number. So for example, numbers like 1, numbers like 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, and so on, okay? And I found through, it's a little bit of trial and error, but the perfect squares 1 and 4, they indeed add up to 5. Okay? So now I have, this is why I wrote them on top of each other, a squared plus b squared equals 5, and then 1 plus 4 equals 5, because I want to show that a squared is equal to 1, b squared is equal to 4, and of course c squared is equal to 5. And now we can solve for my, for a and b. So if I set up this equation, a squared equals 1, I'm going to take the square root of both sides to get a by itself, and a is just 1. Square root of 1 is 1. I do the same thing for b squared. So b squared equals 4. To solve for b, I'm going to take the square root. The square root of 4 is 2. Okay, so now I should be able to draw a right triangle with the side lengths of 1 and 2, and which is exactly what I drew here. Okay, so notice how my short side is 1 unit long, my medium side is 2 units long, and then when you connect that last third side, that is going to be what we needed to draw, the square root of 5 units long. Okay, hopefully that answered your question. I would like to go over question B really quick. Remember, don't overthink this, you guys. The square root of 9 is just 3, and you need to draw a line segment that is 3 units long. So why don't you just connect the dots until you have 3 spaces? Yep, it's that simple. Alright, well, happy studying. I'm going to post pictures of the rest of the study guide because my video was lost. I'm sorry, but happy studying. Alright, see you guys later.